going TikTok. Hi, y'all. Hi on YouTube. All right, I'm on all kinds of platforms. I'm on TikTok, Kick, YouTube. Let me get the WAP site up. I don't have that up yet. We doing zodiac readings. We're gonna go in order here. We're gonna go in order today, starting with Aries. I'm gonna give it a second for people to join on YouTube. Those is my and here on TikTok. All right, we got kick up. Okay. All right, I'm going in order. We're gonna start with Aries, guys. Y'all know I'm just now getting back into going live on TikTok. So if you're watching on YouTube and you hear me repeat it, kind of repeating the same things, I apologize ahead of time, but I do have to, give my disclaimer so nobody gets scammed or anything like that on TikTok. So I do have to let them know my throat is clearing up, y'all. My strep throat is almost gone. Sorry if I'm coffee. All right. I was gonna wait a second. I don't have like any messages. The only thing for Sag yesterday, it made sense. It came true for me. So I was like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have listened to that person. But it's all good. It's all good. So we're gonna start with Aries. We're going to order today. So Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. All right. So that is the order in which we are going in. This will be time stamped at the end of it. If you're joining on TikTok, it'll be time stamped. You're going to hear me say that a million times, YouTube folks. I apologize for having to repeat myself over and over. All right. All right. So let's see Aries. We're going to start with Aries today. Happy Monday to y'all. Hope y'all had a good Monday or still having a good Monday. We're still in Monday. All right, so let's see, Aries. What is the scenario from Aries? What's the most important situation? We're on all platforms. My name is the same on all platforms, y'all. It's only Eat Your Heart Out. There's no numbers, no underscores, no none of that. It is the same on every platform. All right, what's the scenario for the Aries? Scenario for the Aries. Okay, vision. All right, so this could be something that you're actually observing. It's noticeable. We can see it. It's an observation. This can also be something that you're envisioning for yourself, but we're going to see what we're observing here. What are we observing? What do we notice? What are we observing? What do we notice here? Let's see. Okay, resistance. Okay, so you notice that there's resistance in a scenario. What are we resisting here? Hey, thank you. So resisting some sort of blockage, somebody's resisting saying no. That is obvious. We're resisting saying no, or somebody is resisting rejection. This could be a scenario where like somebody maybe they're afraid of rejection, but there is a card for fear. So I'm not going to say that they're necessarily afraid, but somebody is visibly like resisting saying no or visibly resisting becoming defensive. All right. What do they want to defend themselves against or block out? And then we're going to see what other energy you should be in. Okay, they want to block out a negative mindset. Somebody wants to block out like some perpetual thought, a negative mindset where they're trapped in a way of thinking, but they're trying not to say anything. So this looks like, say for instance, somebody's having like a debate or a discussion. There could be a person who's very closed-minded and somebody's trying their best not to like kind of defend themselves against this closed-minded person. All right, so somebody really wants to block out like a trap mindset or one way of looking at something. All right, if y'all are just now joining, we're on Aries. Okay, what's your energy, Aries? What role do you play here? Okay, your leadership. All right, so You could be in a managerial position, you could be somebody's parent, something like that. You are the first to do something here. What are you leading? What are you the first to do? And then we're going to see what other energy you should be in. Oh, okay. So you're telling somebody to resist. You're the reason, okay. You're the reason that the person is trying not to say no to someone. So you're kind of like, hey, calm down. Don't become defensive. Don't say anything. They're very closed minded. Like that would be the advice that you're giving to somebody. Like, so and so, they're very closed minded. Don't block them out. Don't reject them. Don't reject their idea. We know they're trapped. We know they have a trapped closed mindset. Okay, so you're the one, or you're the reason that or you're teaching somebody to do this. You're like, resist saying something, don't become defensive. Okay, you are going to visibly see that somebody is taking your heed and listening to what you said. All right, so you're going to be able to see that, the results of that. What other energy should you be in, Aries? Okay, you got intuition, skill, and healing. Can I get one more? Okay, and then fluidity. All right, so of course, following your instincts now. All right, what is the trap mindset that we're dealing with here? Somebody has like a trap perspective of what? Okay, the truth. All right, desire. All right, let's see. Let's see. If you're asking personal questions, y'all, these are general. We're doing Aries. If you're on TikTok, I'm on YouTube too. So this will be saved and you will be able to go to the timestamp. I'm on YouTube and Kick and WAP and TikTok. All right, let's get a card. So basically, you're the reason you're teaching somebody, hey, like, they're negative or, something like that. Okay. Yeah, so literally, I feel like you're teaching somebody this. You're the one providing that information to somebody. You're letting them know. All right, the hermit could be a Virgo. I feel like too, you're trying to teach somebody this because you experienced it before. All right, you're looking, you see this could be two people just the way this is depicted, but if it's one person, I feel like you've experienced this as the hermit. You've been through this before. You're just letting somebody know, like, hey, I've dealt with that person, or I've dealt with this situation. It's closed minded. It's not going to change. Don't become defensive. All right. Okay. But now we have the tower and the 10 of cups. So let's see what the tower is. So you telling I feel like you telling somebody that is going to cause some sort of mental breakthrough for the person who has that stuck mindset. So this is a scenario where you're like, okay, look, just let them think whatever they think. Let them have that perspective. The person who's in that closed-minded space, because you're teaching other people that, I feel like somebody's going to realize, like, oh, okay, maybe I am closed-minded, because maybe typically people do defend themselves against this person. Maybe they do typically fight against this energy. It would be like, maybe somebody is racist or sexist or ageist. And you're like, look, they don't, that's how they was raised. That's how they going to think. Don't even, there's no point even arguing with them. So I feel like the individual who's in that trap negative mindset, they're going to see that, okay, wait, people are just letting me think what I want to think. That's kind of going to shift their mindset. Let's see what else the tower is, because that's typically like something unexpected or some sort of breakthrough. So what is expected here? What's the norm? And then we'll see what the result of the tower is. Okay, self-love. What's the result of the tower, or what do we realize? Okay, rebellion. Okay, so so in this scenario, somebody may think like, okay, well, I'm doing this because it's me. This is my way of thinking. I love myself. But somebody's going to realize that they're just rebellious for no reason. Like this may be like a rebel without a cause scenario. That's pretty much what this is. Okay, so what is the rule here? All right, style. What is somebody trying to do that's different or do differently? Okay, so somebody basically wants the same outcome, but they want to not have to follow the norm or go with everybody else. They want the same outcome though. All right. Okay, what's the out? That was pretty straightforward. I feel like that's pretty much your reading. That's going to be the role that you play here, Aries. What is the outcome for the Aries here? That AI summary on TikTok is weird. All right, so the outcome for you is dominance. All right, what do you have dominance over? You have dominance over this. Okay, mystery. Okay, so I feel like this is a thing. If somebody like you're telling somebody, hey, don't become defensive, they don't even wonder. Like somebody could be in a position where like, oh my God, like why would somebody think like that? Why is somebody so closed-minded? You want some shit like it doesn't even matter. Let them be closed minded. It doesn't matter where they got that idea from. Don't become defensive. They're going to stay that way. They're going to continue to think that way. All right. All right. So that was Aries. Okay. That was Aries reading. I don't know if I have a lot of Aries that watch, but shout out to the Aries. That was pretty straightforward. Let me put my little note down here. All right. We're gonna do Taurus next. Welcome everybody. If you're joining on TikTok, these are general. I am on YouTube, Kick, TikTok, and WAP all at the same time. These will be saved on my YouTube. It will be timestamped when we're done. All right, and it will be in the description. You'll be able to click the timestamp. All right. All right, Tauruses. Shout out to the Tauruses. If you want personal readings, the only way to get them is to subscribe to the WAP. It's linked in my TikTok bio, is linked on my YouTube. That reduces scammers. If you're watching me on TikTok, y'all already know how TikTok is. It will be scammers. All right, this is my only page. If it has Eat Your Heart Out with a bunch of numbers or underscores or anything like that, that is not me. It's not me. All right. Hi, Rita. No, I'm not answering questions right now. We're doing general by zodiac sign. We just finished Aries, and I'm about to start Taurus. I will never DM y'all. I'm not going to DM y'all talking about, oh, I do spell work and I can cleanse you, and that's not me. That's not me. Do not get scammed in these TikTok streets specifically. All right, Taurus. What's the scenario for my Tauruses here? What is the scenario for the Tauruses? Welcome, everybody. Thank y'all for the likes and follows. Okay, transition. All right, so when we get transition, if this is something emotionally or mentally, of course, it could be like getting over something or transitioning as far as how we think. But if this is in the physical, it's literally somebody moving, going from one place to the next. Maybe somebody wants to relocate, move, switch jobs, switch careers, whatever. But we'll see what it is. So, what is the starting point with transition? I like to give all the scenario, y'all, in general. I don't know every Taurus in the world. All right, what's the starting point here for transition? Okay, defiance. Okay. And what are we transitioning to? All right. Okay, perspective. Okay. So somebody in this scenario starts off hating something. Literally, they hate it. This card to me is the Five of Swords. If you read your own tarot, if you ever heard any other tarot readers, it's like it's spite, hate, envy. Defiance is like disrespect, or like, I gave you this rule and regulation and you're not going, you're not going with it. But now somebody's changing their perspective on something. So they could have literally hated something. All right, I feel like the theme of the readings may be very about mindset here. So we'll see. Typically the signs tend to be connected to one another. Thank you. Thank you for the gift. So somebody is changing their mindset. They have a different perspective. What did this person used to defy or go against or envy, hate? Let's see. Okay, ambition. So somebody used to hate their job or hate working or literally hate repetition. Ambition is also Virgo. So if there's a Virgo involved, maybe somebody literally hated they could have hated a Virgo. So they rule ambition to me. So somebody hated working or they, something like that. What somebody could also be envious of what someone else does for work. All right, so what's the new perspective here with attitude? Okay, change. All right, and confidence. Okay. So somebody feels like basically this is the Eight of Pentacles, this is the Nine of Pentacles, right? So basically somebody may have hated repetition, hated doing the same thing every day, but they know that that's going to build up resources or make themselves be more independent. If it is, literally a Virgo, because these are earth energies to me, if it's like maybe a Virgo, Capricorn or something, somebody genuinely did not understand that person, wanted to go against them, envious of them, but they realized, okay, let me chill. All right, let's see. What role do you play here, Taurus? What role do you play in this scenario? Oh, okay, so this is you. All right, Taurus. So you're the person that's changing their perspective. So if you used to hate working or you hated your job, if y'all have beef with a Virgo, all right, so this is you. Okay. What other energy should you be in then, Taurus? So you used to hate your job or hate somebody else's job. Maybe you hated the fact that somebody else was working. All right, so skill and then determination. Okay. So I feel like you're going to view your career differently, working, maybe you have a new skill set that you want to work on, but this is about what to focus on here. Okay, this is about being very focused, being very ambitious. You may have, maybe you look down on people, maybe like they work too much, or why are we always working all the time, or something like that. All right, let's see. Hey y'all, these are general. Thank you for letting them know. Thank you. I'm not ignoring y'all. These are general. We're on Taurus. All right, let's get 8 cards here for my Tauruses. Okay. So yeah, the Six of Swords, Queen of Wands, Three of Swords, the Lovers, King of Cups. There's your Nine of Pentacles. Okay, the Five of Cups, and then the Seven of Swords. I feel like maybe somebody tried to take a shortcut and that did not work out. That could be changing your mindset here. Let's clarify what the intention was with the Seven of Swords. What was the intended outcome here? Okay, resistance. Okay, to resist what? So somebody's trying to resist. Oh, pride. So this idea could have been coming from being prideful or egotistical. What actually, okay, why do we end up being prideful? Too prideful for what? All right, courage and innovation. Oh, so somebody could have been looking down on somebody's job or career. That's kind of what I'm getting here. Yeah, courage, innovation, voice, and respect. I feel like Taurus, you wanted, because you're the respect card, you're the Hierophant. You kind of wanted somebody to. Okay, let me explain this. If you work with somebody, right? Like say you're somebody's manager, it's almost like somebody reaches out to you and you feel like they're egotistical. They shouldn't be doing that. Cuz the individual that we're talking about, right? It's like, okay, let me be humble. Let me not speak to Taurus. Let me not, say anything about this. But it's almost like they put their pride aside and they had to talk to you about something. They had to discuss something with you professionally. That may be what changes your mind about this individual. Let's see, what did they discuss with you? All right, it could, okay, spirituality, love, and mood. All right, so there could be something about a relationship dealing with like religion, something with religion in their relationship and their love life. Okay, they weren't really supposed to tell you this or bring this up. What else changes your perspective here? Okay, potential, fluidity. Let me get one more, and then self love. So I feel like you actually see the result of what somebody is doing here, and that's why you're no longer envious of it. What changes your perspective here? So yeah, you're gonna realize that now if this is you, you're like, okay, I didn't like this job before, but it's gonna help me do this, that, and the third. All right, let's see. What change your perspective on this? You said Ada. If that's a real, is that not a bot? Girl, you're not destined with anybody really, but that's another story. All right, so the fool. I feel like there's information that you didn't know. So if you started off as defiance, right? It's like you hated something or you disliked it without knowing about it. What information did you not know in this situation? So you kind of were passing judgment a little bit, Taurus. You're gonna realize something about this. Okay, leadership. So that's Aries. So there's something you didn't know that this Aries was involved or that an Aries led another individual here. Like I don't know why I'm picturing like a group of coworkers. I'm only picturing that because I see ambition. But it's like you don't realize that the Aries is involved here and that they led somebody to do a certain thing. That's what's involved. If you're not dealing with an Aries, that person, that's what they were led to do. That's what they were taught to do. Yeah. Okay. What's your role in the outcome? And you. Oh, those are loud. Okay. What's the outcome for you, Tauruses? Superstition. Okay, so something I feel like you're gonna realize something's a superstition. You may feel anxious about this, like especially if you pass judgment. Hopefully you didn't like pass judgment and make like a decision here. What might you be worried about in this scenario? Okay, yeah, power, healing, and pride. Okay. All right, yeah. That's your reading there. So if it's not too late, try not to pass judgment. But it looks like this is a scenario where you had already done that and you're gonna change the way that you view a situation. All right, so that was my Tauruses. Welcome, y'all. Hold on, y'all. I have a guest in the background with a very loud toy that put it in the box. Go ahead. It feels loud. Okay. Just leave them there for now, okay? All right. Gemini is next. If you watch on TikTok, I am on YouTube as well. I'm on YouTube, Kick. What's hot in here? Is the air on 71? Can you check? That Texas heat, child. Let me drink some water. Mm. Oh, all right. Can you turn it down to 70 for now? I'm like really hot. But it was hot when I went grocery shopping. I'm probably still hot from that. Okay, Geminis. Shout out to the Geminis out there. If you're on TikTok, just a disclaimer, I'm new back on TikTok. Please do not get scammed. The last time that I would go live on here, it was literally 20 fake pages of me. Do not get scammed. I have one page, okay? One page. I'm not ever going to DM y'all. Ever, ever, ever in your life. Ever. I'm never DMing you. It is hot. It's 90. I think it's 95 out here today. All right, y'all. Gemini. What's the energy surrounding my Geminis? What's the situation? Hi there on YouTube. Welcome. Okay, hustle. All right, so this is my Ten of Pentacles card. This is abundance. Of course, you could be either receiving or giving money to someone. So the situation is about giving or receiving money or about abundance and opportunities. All right. All right, what role do you play here, Geminis? If you're asking personal questions, guys, I'm not ignoring you. We're doing it by zodiac sign. What role do you play here, Geminis? Okay, order. So you're the one that's going to organize a situation. All right. So this is a scenario where there's like planning an event, or there's something about what you have to pay for, what you have to like maybe paying your rent, car notes, things like that. You're organizing a scenario here. All right. You're the one that's going to organize it. What else do you need to consider? What other energy should you be in, Geminis? Or you're planning. This could be even budgeting, something like that. Okay, so the energy that you need to be in is love. Now, if we're talking about this, if you have children and you're budgeting something, make sure that you put something for your children or something, or do something for them first. Maybe there you might have to be do something out of love or sympathy for another individual. Okay, if you're organizing something, make sure that you consider the people who are involved, right? So if you're order and you're planning an event, or something along those lines, just make sure that something is coordinated so that you consider how everybody else feels and how everybody else will benefit and things like that. What else will you do out of love for individuals in this scenario? Let's see. Okay, healing. Okay, so we need you to fix an issue. What's wrong? There's something wrong here. What's the issue? Okay, what does it need to be healed into? So I don't know if somebody gets paid literally as like a nurse or something like that. Okay, we got innovation, pride, courage, and luck. Okay. So basically, if there's like any nurses, or if say you like repair something, whatever you do to fix things, you might have to do something at like a discount maybe. It just depends. I'm only saying that because the card said that your advice is love, so don't fight me. I don't know. All right, let's see. That's what the card said to do. So you might have to help somebody maybe for free, or if the scenario here is hustle, maybe somebody has already helped you and given you money or assisted you. All right, maybe they need your help or assistance in return. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards here. These are free readings, y'all. These are free general readings. All right, Geminis. Okay, so you got the King of Wands, the High Priestess. So there's intuition. I feel like somebody's going to look back and realize that their intuition is correct the way that that looks. All right. So somebody's going to look back and realize that their intuition is correct. It looks like in this scenario, somebody's getting manipulated by someone who doesn't have as much information as them. Okay, there's the Eight of Cups, you got the Devil card, and then the Six of Swords. All right, so let's clarify. So, what is intuition telling us here with the High Priestess? Okay, peace. What are they at peace with? They know that they did not notice something, or they're at peace with what? They're calm. Okay, so they're at peace with their emotions. They know not to allow their emotions get in the way of what? So somebody's like, okay, I'm not going to pay in this scenario. I don't need to worry about how I feel. Yeah. So somebody's like, okay, I don't need to let my emotions get in the way of me creating something for myself. All right, with innovation. Okay. What role do you play down here in these 8 cards, Gemini? Okay, so you're peace as well. Okay, so somebody Okay, so I feel like you and another person are on the same, side here. They're like, yeah, I know Gemini does not notice. I know Gemini is not trying to argue, fight. What are you at peace with here? And then we're going to see what the Fool card is, because that's typically like not knowing something. Okay, yeah, pride and respect and defiance. That is literally the Taurus reading. You might need to watch the Taurus reading. If you're dealing with a Taurus, don't I wouldn't go against that individual. Let's see what else. What does the fool not know here? What does the fool not realize? Self-love, angel fluidity, and perspective. Okay, so I literally just said the Taurus reading changing their perspective, things like that. Um, I don't know. Intuition is already here. I'm not really sure. Okay, what do you do to help somebody or heal them in this scenario? I did mention self-love. You were doing something out of self-love. Your advice is love. Your advice is to make sure that you fix something that incorporates something for everybody involved. What else could you do to heal this or fix the situation? Resistance. Resist what? Okay. That looks like okay, mystery and attitude and then emotions. Okay, so it looks like emotions need to be discussed. I'm also getting to if you're peace in emotions and you're not paying attention to how you feel or you're doing something to pacify yourself, make sure you don't do that. Like this might be a scenario where it's not good for you to smoke, drink, let yourself feel what you're feeling because this healing could also be within yourself. Like maybe out of love for another individual, you have to heal something that's going on within yourself. Like you can't, if you're sitting there and you're angry, that, spills over and affects everybody around you. So that could be what you have to heal or work on if that's something within inside yourself. All right, let's see. What's the outcome for my Geminis? Let's see. What's the outcome for my Geminis? Okay, guidance. Yeah. Who's guiding you in this scenario? So you'll listen to this. It's fine. Yeah. All right. What else are you guided to do other than we already know you need to be more loving, generous, empathetic, healing, things like that. All right. Yeah. Passion and confidence. All right. All right, y'all. So that was Gemini. I feel like are the readings going by fast? I'm not trying to rush on purpose. I feel like the message is just coming out pretty clear. Y'all know that's why I switch. If you're wondering, that's why I go in the different directions because towards the end, like the first signs that I do, they're always more clear. Okay, Cancer. Cancer is next. Happy birthday to the Cancers out there. It's still Cancer season. Shout out to any 4th of July babies and all that good stuff. All right, Cancers. Let's see what we got for y'all. All right, what is the scenario surrounding the Cancers here? Let's see. What's the scenario for my Cancers? Okay, Defiance, the same thing as Taurus. Now, Taurus was moving on from that. They were changing their perspective. Okay, all right. So defiance is here. So this could be, literally just being defiant, not listening to somebody, not following the rules, disrespectful. Maybe they hate something, jealous of something, whatever. All right, what is the rule or the standard here? Or what are we being defiant against? Okay, self-love. Okay, so first of all, if there's an individual who's doing something for themselves and make themselves feel comfortable, there's another individual that hates that. Literally, they don't like that, or this is within oneself. They're going against self-love. What? Okay. What are they doing instead? It's like somebody doesn't want to make themselves, yeah, fight. Okay. So somebody, ooh. This might get messy. I don't know what this is. Like if there's other people involved, like there's multiple people, somebody literally is jealous or envious of somebody, so they want to fight them. They don't like that that person comforts themselves or loves themselves or does something to make sure that they're good first. So there could be a conflict between these two people. Now, if this is an individual within themselves, they're getting distracted or they're getting conflicted. If somebody is not supposed to like eat something, drink something, they're eating it and drinking it anyway. I feel like too, instead of somebody being able to feel comfortable in a crowd, they're like fighting with people or they're arguing. Oh my goodness. Okay, this looks like it's gonna be a little messy. Okay. Well, what role do you play here, Cancers? Let's see. What role do you play in this scenario? So somebody could be conflicted. Okay, so your inspiration. Now, this isn't normally my Aquarius card, so you'd be an Aquarius energy. You could have an Aquarius placement. So but you could literally just be inspiring somebody. What are you inspiring someone to do here? You're the inspiration behind some. Oh, love. Now, Gemini's advice is love. So somebody is conflicted. Somebody's supposed to do something solo, but you're inspiring somebody to do something loving. Okay. Or you're inspiring somebody to be more loving. Okay. What are they doing out of love here? Because that something is a little different. Is I don't know if this is the same energy because it would have pulled love. I don't. Somebody is like just arguing or fighting or something like that. We'll get to that in a second. But what is somebody doing out of love here for you, Cancers, or in general? Resistance. What are they resisting? Resistance is the name of the game today. Okay, I pulled that in all the readings. Resisting what? So you're inspiring somebody. Yeah, respect. Somebody is going against like a rule or a standard. If these are people, somebody could not be listening to a Taurus out of love for you. Um, okay, let's see what this is. All right, you might be causing a little mess, or I feel like basically to sum this up, somebody could be internally conflicted because they're like, okay, I got sympathy for Cancer. I want to do this for Cancer, but then what about myself? And then somebody's like kind of resisting their own rules and regulations. Now, this is a person, because Taurus did have it where they started out being hateful and they had to change their perspective. So maybe Taurus, if they're involved, they might have a bad, I don't know, perspective. That could be why somebody's resisting them or resisting being around them. Hi, these are general by zodiac sign. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Let's see. So you got the sun, the strength, the lovers. Okay, so we did talk about Gemini needing to be more loving. All right, we got the sun, the strength, the lovers, and the 5 of cups. Looks like there, yeah, there's the self-love part. All right, King of Cups, Queen of Wands, the Emperor, and then the temperance. All right, so we got a lot about Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Those are signs of the self to me. Those are the fire signs. Fire is like our soul, that fire within you and things like that. But the Emperor Aries is yourself. That's what it is. It's I am. Leo is our pride and our ego. And then Sagittarius is more so like what we're willing to learn and explore and things like that. So you have all three of those signs. The signs that are out if you're dealing with them is Leo, Gemini, Aries. All right, so let's see. It's like somebody knows themselves and they made an active decision against themselves, literally. Where are you at in these 8 cards? What are you doing to inspire somebody, Cancer? Ooh, okay, finesse. Okay, so somebody is watching you, right? Or they notice that your plan does not work. So something that you're planning to do, it doesn't work. That's interesting because I'm not gonna. There's a okay. I'm not going to give too much info. You never know who's watching, so I'll give y'all an example in a second. What did the what were you intending to do, Cancer? What were you trying to do? Okay, with connectivity, okay, first of all, with connectivity, you might have literally been trying to say like these two things are connected. This happened because of this, and that did not make sense to somebody. It didn't work. I'm also getting to you were trying to keep the same mindset about something. You wanted to keep thinking the same way about a scenario. Your intended outcome, yeah, was connectivity. Okay, what actually occurred? So something did not go as planned, and somebody's witnessing this. So now they're like, okay, maybe I shouldn't listen to this. Maybe I should do something by myself, or what actually occurred here? transition. That was a tour. Yeah. Somebody, okay, so basically whatever's going on, you planned for somebody to keep the same perspective all throughout this scenario, this situation, or for somebody to be very close-minded or stuck. Maybe you thought somebody was stuck dealing with something. They weren't. They move on, or they change their mindset, or they open up their mindset. All right, let's clarify. Let's see. So, what was somebody supposed to be stuck thinking, or what is this stuck perspective here? Okay, there's truth. And then what do they transition to? So it's like they were supposed to always view something as honest or truthful. Okay, luck. So now they're going to another opportunity. What is this opportunity for this other individual? This is very interesting. Okay, versatility. And then there you go, style. So I feel like somebody may feel like they're more mature than you or more experienced than you because this is the empress, or they also feel like they're going to create their own way of doing something. They're going to create their own path. They have the opportunity, time, effort to do that. I feel like too, somebody sees the truth about you and probably your mother, or mothering you or nurturing you or being around you or something like that. Somebody also could see the truth about, like, if there's a cancer male, the way that cancer male deals with women. So okay, but they can see that something that you were trying to do didn't really work. That plan didn't really work. Maybe that business plan, something like that. Okay, so what is the temperance here then? 'Cause I feel like that could be patience, or okay, spirituality. I did say that Sagittarius is a spiritual thing. What is the emperor here? Okay, knowledge. So we have knowledge and spirituality. What is the emperor knowledgeable about? And then we're gonna see what the strength card was real quick. Okay, potential. Okay, so this is like somebody knows their own true potential. They just had to be optimistic about it. You're inspiring somebody because your plan didn't work. So this is like, I'm just going to give a real life example because I literally went through it, but it was like I was following after this cancer, right, trying to learn something from them, but I had realized that my method was better and easier, and that if I would have just did it on my own, I would have completed the task quicker and better. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch this cancer anymore. Or I'm not gonna learn from this cancer anymore. That's an example. So that inspired me to be like, okay, bet I'm gonna just go do it myself. Or I can find a better outcome for this myself. So it's something like that. So if you're wondering, you are the inspiration for this. I feel like too, at first you were getting somebody to kind of maybe listen to you and kind of give you sympathy, and that's what caused the conflict. That's what caused somebody's internal conflict. Okay, what other energy should you be in here, Cancers? You're still inspiration. Keep doing what, I mean, this is your role. That's the role you're in. Ain't nothing you can do about it. All right, what's the outcome here? That's the role you're in right now. What's the outcome here? Now, you could also just be like, it doesn't have to be something negative. You could even be letting somebody know, like, I tried to do this before and it didn't work out. That may inspire somebody, like, okay, dag, like I was putting, I put cancer on a pedestal, or blah, blah, blah. That could be what this is. It could be something that simple. It doesn't mean that you're doing anything malicious or anything like that. You could just be telling somebody a story like, yeah, that didn't work out for me. Then like, oh shit, well, okay, bet. Well, if you failed, then I could try it, and it could work out for me too, or something like that. All right, so what's the outcome here for the cancers? What's your role in the outcome? What's your energy in the outcome? So you're good. All right, so you got hustle, there you go, style again, and then dominance. All right, and then superstition. So you're able to control worries here. You may end up receiving finances or something like that, or somebody may be able to work around you or with you. But I feel like you're going to inspire somebody, to know that they are abundant and that they can come up with something on their own. All right. Okay, cancers. All right, Leo is next. Shout out to the Leos. Any Leos around? We got any Leos in the house? If y'all on TikTok, I'm on Kick, YouTube, and WAP. Need a little drink of water. Oh, I'm kind of sleepy, y'all. I was up late. I'm gonna take me a nap. I thought I had some energy. All right, let's see Leos. Let's do Leos next. Stay up with me, y'all. I'm gonna stay up with y'all. All right, Leos. Thank y'all for all the likes, follows, subscribing, all that good stuff. All my name is the same across all platforms. Okay, no numbers, no underscores, nothing like that. All right, what's the scenario for my Leos? What's the scenario for the Leos? Okay, personality. All right, so this could just be like getting to know somebody, somebody being really out there. Now this card is like kind of making sure that you have a good balance between sharing and oversharing. Like don't overshare. You don't have to put too much out there, things like that. All right, this could be like somebody that we are discussing. Let's see. All right, so with personality, whose personality are we discussing? Make sure you know. Leo, y'all know y'all like to be center of attention, no shade. You know, the Leos like to, that's what y'all rule. Let's see. Oh, Sagittarius, angel. So a Sagittarius is personality. In the last reading in Cancer, you came out in Cancer's reading, and the Temperance came out as spirituality. So it could be that. All right, what part of this person's personality here? What part of this person's personality? I feel like I'm saying that. Oh, okay, intuition. All right, guys, I'm a Sagittarius, so it's intuition, I guess, or I don't know, but yeah, that's somebody's personality. It doesn't have to be me, but that's real specific. It is what it is. But you may know another Sagittarius. Part of their personality is their instincts or their intuition. Okay. Again, Sagittarius rules spirituality. That does not mean that we're the only intuitive people. There are plenty of people who are intuitive of any zodiac sign. All right, what is this person's instincts telling them? Let's see, what is this person's instincts telling them? Okay, we got okay, innovation and strength. Is somebody okay, you're the strength card. Somebody okay, it says somebody is maybe manipulating you to not notice something, peace and ambition. We're going to clarify this though. Oh, hold on. Hold on. Let me write that down. That's real specific. Now, it could be that either somebody's able to manipulate you, Leo, just the way this looks, or they instinctually know how to create something. We're gonna put this back because this is y'all card. Y'all are the strength card. I'm gonna leave innovation there. All right, so let's just see. So before we even continue, I know a lot of people are skeptical. I'm the Sag with the intuition. So if you want to listen, hopefully you hopefully you believe me. I'm only here to help. Okay. What role do you play here, Leos? What role do you play here in your situation? Okay, luck. All right. Yeah. So if you're luck, this is kind of a situation that you're in like by out of your control. Like this kind of you could also be very lucky, very fortunate. You have a new fortune ahead of you, a new opportunity. But this is like a scenario where it's like, okay, Leo is here. I cannot change the fact that Leo is here. That's Leo. Boom, they're here. That's the luck. All right, but what else is your luck in this scenario, Leos? Because the center of your reading is about somebody else's intuition. Okay, so hustle. You could be abundant here. All right, so you got hustle, courage, dominance, and hustle. All right, so if you're getting an opportunity, if you're wondering, you are going to get that job, you are going to get that opportunity. If anybody is wondering, I feel like too, if it has anything to do with finances, there's something that's out of your control financially. Okay. What energy should you be in here, Leos? What energy should you be in here? Because I don't want, you know what I don't want this to be, because it did say innovation and strength. I don't want you to be being manipulated into spending your money on another individual or giving your money. So before I even proceed, this looks like, because if this has to be the center of your reading, I'm going to assume that you're not going to want to believe what I'm saying. So, because it's kind of like, why is that the center of it? It's kind of like you may not trust it or you may not want to believe it, or something like that. All right, so let's see. What energy should you be in right now, Leos? And I don't know all the Leos in the world, so please, I guidance. Yeah, I don't know what I'm about to tell you in this reading, but just listen. Just listen. What are you going to be? And this could also be your own intuition. Some of you could have a Sag placement. You could easily be a Sag moon, rising, something like that. But what are you going to be guided to do? You got connectivity and then emotions. Okay. Let me get one more. Okay, truth. So you need to see the truth about something being directly connected to your emotions. If we're talking about money, this could be maybe you emotionally spend, but this card to me is like there's two people here. So if you're spending money on somebody, you're only doing that out of emotions, or let's clarify it. You need to see the truth about your mindset when it comes to emotions. Let me get some tarot. Welcome, welcome, welcome everybody on YouTube. I know if you're on Kick, you're like, who is she talking to? There's people on YouTube too. All right, let's see. One time somebody was like, why are you talking to yourself? All right, let's get 8 cards. Let's see. I'm not that crazy. All right, so you got the Fool card, the Ace of Wands. So doing something new, and then there is inspiration. Okay, Four of Swords, the Eight of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, the Nine of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, and then there's your, okay, so there's your Seven of Cups. So here's your emotions, but here's the confusion. So you are starting out with the Fool card. That's what I'm saying. Intuition is innovation. So let's see. Maybe you don't realize that you have enough to create something. You may not realize that. You may not think you have all the time, money, or energy, because I feel like there's something that you don't see, or there's something that you don't notice with the Four of Swords. So let's clarify. What are you looking for in the Seven of Cups? Because that to me, y'all know how the Seven of Cups is depicted. It's typically like, okay, I'm searching for something, I'm looking for something. This could be a scenario too sometimes where you're looking in the wrong direction for like the solution that you need. All right, I'm not ignoring y'all TikTok. These are general. We're on Leo. What are you searching for or looking for, Leo? Okay, dominance. So you want to dominate something or control it. So this could be, of course, like dominance over your own life, your own future. What else do you want to have dominance over or control over? You want to be able to control or have dominance. Okay, you want to have control over maybe where your money is going, or maybe you're giving somebody money. You want to control how that scenario, how they're spending it, or okay. You want to control where your money is going. You want to have control over all your own finances. If you're making money and you're like, so what's the dominant energy currently? What has control over your finances or control over this right now? Resistance. What's being resisted? And I'm gonna see what the full card is, because that means that there's information we don't know. Respect. If there's a okay, so if these are people around, if there's people involved, you're resisting a Taurus, and that is affecting your money. I don't know if you owe a Taurus money. I don't know. I'm also getting two. If you want control over your own relationship, you're resisting like setting a boundary or setting a standard here. There's no boundary, there's no standard, there's no regulation. Maybe you're like, okay, I want to control my finances. Maybe you're just, you don't, maybe you're spending it on things and you don't care what you're spending it on, or like for me, when like say I needed to buy new dishes, I'm not going to buy the dishes until I find the exact color, the exact style, the exact number of dishes that I want. Like it's something like that. Like you need regulations. If there is a relationship, I'm just saying that because there's two people involved. Like there's two people that are financially connected. There's like no real maybe there needs to be a court order. I don't know. Maybe it's like child support or something, or like you're resisting following some sort of rules, regulations, or setting a standard. Let's see what else. What standard do we need to set in place here? Okay, you have love, potential, and in fight. I feel like something, yeah, I feel like something's a distraction. You have a lot of emotional. I feel like too, where are you looking for this at? Because you might be looking in the wrong direction. Where are you looking for this? You want control over the money or control over your own abundance, but you're looking in the wrong direction. Where are you looking? And I'm going to see what the full card is for you. Okay, perspective. It- It's like you think, I know how to, I can see it. It's like you think this is the only way. This is the only way to control my finances. This is the only way to control my relationship. Something's all perspective. What is the full card? What information are you missing, Leos? Okay, mood. So here's the thing. If you're resisting respect, right? Respect to me is a hierophant. That's a five. Mood can be the five of cups. The five of cups to me is like a loss of regret. Like, damn, I wish I would have followed that standard. I wish I would have set that boundary. I wish I would have had that in place. I wish I would have knew that information. So that could be what this is. It's like you don't know about a loss. You're unaware of a loss here, and that's why you have that's why you have the truth about your relation, your emotions. It's almost like you don't realize you regret something, or you don't realize. Let's see what else. What is the regret? What do we regret doing here? And I'm going to see what your perspective should. Yeah, defiance. There's no respect, or there's no. These are all the fives here. This is the five of wands, five of swords, five of cups. This is the Hierophant. This is five. So you regret going against the grain, or you regret maybe being envious or jealous or hateful, or you regret disrespecting somebody. Let me clarify that then. All right. This could also be because Taurus's mindset had changed. They went from defiance to attitude, so their perspective had changed. So I don't know if you're dealing with a Taurus. It's like you maybe you listen to them, or something like that. Let's see. So what do you regret doing here, Leos? Or what is the regret about? Yeah. Okay, so a plan is not working. A plan did not go the way it was supposed to. What was the out? Okay, let's clarify. Okay, so I feel like this is why that came out as as a Sag here having intuition, because this is looks like a reading where you're going to have to hold yourself accountable. That's what this looks like pretty much to me. What were your intentions, Leo? What's your intended outcome? It's like you wish you weren't sneaky, or you wish you didn't do that, or yeah, you got, yeah, resistance and emotions. You have to, I feel like you have to actually feel something, right? So it's like you're not going to change something unless you're like, shit, I don't want to feel like that again. Or like you're not going to change it. So it's like a lot of people, they don't change certain habits until they actually get sick, right? It's like you are not allowing yourself to feel, so that you're not changing the issue. It would be like if you're actually sick, I give you medicine to get rid of the pain, but we didn't fix what was causing the pain. And that's why you don't have control over a scenario or control over your own abundance. You have to admit that something bothered you first. Your plan was to resist your emotions. Okay, what's triggering how you feel? What's got you emotional? Sorry if I'm putting the Leo's business out here. Okay, healing, courage, and luck again. It's almost like you don't want to have to fix something. What actually occurred here? You resisted your emotions. It looks like you ended up being sad or upset. You got vision, and you see, it's like, what? You got vision and ambition. So then you start to see something that actually bothers you and triggers you. Okay, if you want, long story short, I feel like you have to admit what's bothering you right now so that you can fix this currently. If it has anything to do with work or anything like that, you're becoming too emotional at work. Maybe you're like lashing out at people, or I wouldn't, don't date anybody at work. Let's see what else. Yeah, what triggered your emotions, Leo? It's like you're seeing something and it's making you emotional. Okay, for some of you it could be literally a Scorpio. All right, the death card. Yeah, here's your 10 of Pentacles. So it could be like a Scorpio has there's like a Scorpio Capricorn combination that could be bothering you. Um there's like a Scorpio has control over your money or your resources, or this could, Scorpio also rules debt. Okay. I mean, now back, because the root of your reading is a Sagittarius is intuition. So I don't know if somebody, or this could also represent like a teacher. If you guys don't know a Sagittarius, maybe there's somebody that taught you something. Somebody may have warned you about this and you didn't listen. All right. Yeah, so I feel like you need to control your emotions, actually admit that something bothered you first so that you can fix it. You're like pacifying yourself, and that's why you don't have dominance or control over this. What other energy should you be in, Leos? And then we'll see the outcome here. Okay, so leadership. Now, if you're in a partnership, you're going to have to be the person to lead the other individual. You cannot listen to that person. Like, if there's any married folks, you have to be the leader. Maybe there's like a married Leo woman, and you're like, how do we get control over the finances? You're going to have to do something financially. I feel like, too, if it's not leading another individual, you have to be the first person in your family to do something, the first person in your community to do something. Yeah, see, leadership, change, strength, and focus. What are you focused on, Leo? Because you're like distracted, or you're focused on the wrong things, or you're looking for the answers in the wrong place. What are you focused on? Okay, humor. That's why emotions are here. So this could be a thing where, okay, I don't, Cause it's like you're not admitting to yourself that something makes you sad. You're only focused on like the good parts of something. But that, I guess, in this scenario, the good parts are not outweighing the bad in this scenario. Cause if they were, then this wouldn't even be an issue. So this would be like, oh well, I mean, I have this, and it's not, this is not a situation where we're being ungrateful. This is like a scenario where you're trying to pacify something or make it happy or make it positive. This could also be like, if you're like, okay, I can't control my spending, maybe you're always going out and drinking, smoking, eating, or something like that. You got to shift your focus. What should you be focused on here? Okay, you got skill. So skill is Libra energy, and that is something more logical. I feel like you need to think about the causes and effects in a scenario. We know Libra is balance, justice, karma. So focus on the cause and effects of a scenario here. All right, what is the outcome here for you, Leos? Let's see. You say you're unbothered 24/7, so you didn't listen to a word I just said in this reading. All right, what's the outcome? Nobody, there's truth. Nobody in the world is unbothered 24/7. You don't have to lie to me. I don't know you. Okay? You didn't have to put anything in the comments. We wouldn't even know you're a Leo. Nobody would know that I'm talking about you. All right? You're not unbothered 24/7. Nobody is. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you're doing. You're not nobody walking this earth is unbothered 24/7. Even if you was high all day, you're gonna be bothered when you gotta go get high again. You're not nobody is unbothered 24/7. All right. So that was Leo. Virgo is next. Shout out to the Virgos. Let me write the timestamp. We at 68 minutes. If you're watching me on TikTok, um, this will be up on YouTube time stamped. You said you need to leave your current job. Don't leave your job unless you have another job. Um, Virgos are next. Virgos are next. Let's see what's going on. Virgos. I don't really answer questions, y'all. If it's something like easy that I just can't answer, then that's different. But I don't answer personal questions. We're doing general readings. We're going in order. If you missed your sign, it is up on YouTube, and I will timestamp it after this, so it's not timestamped. You can ask me where your timestamp is if you need to, and I will let you know. I have it labeled. Matter of fact, Aries is at 2:30, 2 minutes 30 seconds. Taurus is at 12 minutes. Gemini is at 23. Cancer is at 32, and Leo is at 46. All right, and now we're on Virgo. Okay, we're on Virgo. All right, what's the situations for my Virgos? Okay, resilience. Okay, being able to handle something solo. It could be something could be very difficult. All right, this is my Ten of Wands card and a regular tarot. If y'all read your own cards or anything. All right. What's difficult to handle? What are we able to handle here with resilience? Okay, finesse. All right. So, first of all, this is doing something a difficult way or doing something in a shortcut. All right. So, we got difficulty, shortcut. But somebody is able to handle the fact that a plan did not go as intended. All right. What was the intended outcome here? What's the intended outcome? Potential. What actually occurs here? Defiance again. Okay. So, that looks like that's the theme. All right. So somebody was supposed to have potential into growing into something, or I'm also getting to somebody's trying to find a loophole in some sort of like actual regulations, legal regulations or something. All right, somebody ends up being disrespectful, defiant, breaking the rules anyway. Even if somebody's trying to, it's almost like the Page of Pentacles to me, because this is the potential card to me sometimes. If it's like the Page of Pentacles and somebody like literally handing you, here's the rule book, here's the instructions, here's a traffic ticket or something like that. It's like somebody is not following that. They're not going to follow that. But at the end of the day, somebody is able to deal with that. They can handle the fact that, okay, people aren't going to follow the rules or regulations or something along those lines. All right, what role do you play here, Virgos? Hey, y'all be so funny, young. I love doing this. All right, let's see. What role do you play here, Virgos? People are hilarious. All right, so spirituality. So if you're in the role of spirituality, you could be just optimistic within yourself, or you're doing something meditative. You could be reading your own cards. You could be, studying your dreams, anything spiritual, anything in that realm. All right. Now, I will say spirituality is separate from intuition. So you should be like, for me, if I feel like I don't know the answers to something, I go ahead, I pull out the cards. This is spirituality versus me just automatically knowing what to do or how to do something. All right, so your energy is spirituality. All right, what other energy should you be in here, Virgos? What other energy should you be in here, Virgos? Okay, love. What should you do out of love here? What should you do out of love for someone? Okay, hustle. These look like they're switched from Gemini. Okay, and then versatility. All right, so you may have to invest in something for yourself. Okay, let's clarify. Let's see. Okay, Trina Monique. Okay. All right. Okay, welcome. All right, let's see. Let's get 8 cards. You say you don't know what's happening in your life. Let me tell you something. Most people don't. I would tell you that right now. All right, let's see. It's all good. It's all good. 8 cards, Virgos. This past year of my life has been pretty crazy. So, all right, 8 cards from our Virgos. All right, you got the King of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles. All right, so I feel like you're saving money. Somebody is investing money. You're either saving time, money, and another person is giving it to you. All right, or you're receiving it. Let's see. Okay, there's a death card, so there's a regret. All right, so somebody put money into something that actually causes a loss. Could be something dealing with a Scorpio. There could be some sort of regret or sadness dealing with a Scorpio, but there's some sort of loss. Looks like it's a financial loss. All right, yeah, there's a 6 of Cups. Okay, let's clarify. Let's see. What do we regret here with the 5 of Cups? What do we lose? Voice. Is that literal? Like somebody lost their voice? Somebody regrets saying something. They're like, I shouldn't have said that. Okay, what was said? Resilience. Yeah, change. I guess it could be a Scorpio. Looks like it's about hiding a secret. Yeah. Looks like it's hiding a secret or something like that. Or somebody's like, this is a very difficult change. What's your energy down here in these 8 cards, Virgos? Your energy is guidance. What were you guided to do? Oh, pride. Okay, so you're being guided that you're too good for something. You're above something. Who told you this? You're being guided to believe you are above something. It could have been a Gemini. With sexuality, it could also be somebody literally that you had sex with, or so what are you supposed to feel like you're too good for? And that could be a good thing though. Leadership. Leadership, vision, and guidance. Hold on, what? Somebody's telling you to do something out of pride or ego. You're going to listen. What is the outcome of you doing something out of pride or ego for yourself? You're supposed to feel like you're above someone or above something. The outcome, okay, and then you got the strength card. There's the Leo courage and order. So, all right, this is the thing. If they're okay, if you're in the energy of spirituality and you're being guided to be prideful, maybe it's like, okay, I'm a Virgo, I'm perfect, I rule this, I rule that. Maybe it's like a thing where like maybe that's what you're being guided to believe. You're being guided to be prideful by someone you're having sex with. I don't know. I'm kind okay. Let's see. What did you do out, or you're being guided to show something off? It just depends on what this is. Let's see. What are you being guided to do out of pride here? Okay, you have the Hierophant. Yeah, so this could be a religion. So here's the rules. Here you go, and you make your decision. Somebody's like, okay, these are the rules, these are the standards. And what are you supposed to be too prideful to deal with? This could be from now with spirituality, like this could be religion, like a religious thing. And what are you too prideful for? Who are you supposed to feel like you're above or something? My nose is itching. Yeah, the 3 of Cups. Okay, so you get the information, you walk away. Maybe you're supposed to feel like you're above, like maybe it's a man, they think they're above women, or you're a woman, you think you're above other women, or something like that. All right, your reading's not that clear, but let's see. So what energy should you be in, Virgos? Okay, innovation. What are you able, okay, so maybe you don't realize that you have like the power to create something here. What are you able to create? Yeah, there's a superstition about fortune or fate. A superstition about luck and fluidity. What information are you making to create what you need to do? What information are you missing? Intuition. I said that in the beginning that spirituality is separate from intuition. How do I explain this? There's so if we're talking about like a superstition about luck, right? And I've given a lot of examples, right? So if we pull your in spirituality, it will be like, okay, I'm Virgo. It's a Virgo full moon. I'm going to automatically receive this because I'm a Virgo. That is not automatically true, right? That does not, you're not going to automatically just receive something because it's Virgo season or it's a Virgo moon today. Like that's not automatic. It could make maybe, some people may believe like, okay, that makes it easier for me to go do something or receive something. But there's like a superstition surrounding fortune. Okay, let's see. What's blocking your intuition? So the only thing that's missing is you're not following your own instincts here. What's blocking your intuition, Virgos? Okay, power. I'm assuming this is like somebody telling you, right? Somebody's telling you to do something, somebody's telling you to believe something. So I'm going to assume it could be like more religious or so like if you're new to tarot or something, like religion kind of I've been having a lot of these discussions for the past couple of weeks since I've been back on here, but it's like being told that you don't have the power to create your own life or to create your own fortune. That's more like a religious thing, right? If we're like, oh, well, I'm like, I hate when people, there's certain people that's like, oh, I'm not lucky, I'm blessed, I'm anointed. Okay, so you're the only anointed person out of 8 billion people. Like, it's like, okay, God just picked you out. Like, it's something like you don't, somebody else, let's see, what is your intuition telling you to do here? It's like something is stopping you from really tapping into what you can do. What else would your intuition tell you to do? And I'm gonna figure out what the okay, yeah, ambition. Now I always equate Virgo to ambition. I do equate you guys to that energy. Um, yeah, you got ambition, self-love, personality, respect. What did somebody say here in power? It's like it's got you believing something that's kind of okay, emotions. Yeah, power again. I feel like too whoever said it out of emotions or you're taught something the basis of it is emotions and that could be blocking your intuition. If you're in the energy of spirituality, like say you're reading your own cards, Virgo, there's something missing from how you're reading it. You don't have your own flair to it. You're not using your own intuition for it. Like like back when people first were reading cards and everybody was talking about twin flames, that was just like terrible. So it's like maybe you're reading the card and you have like the wrong definition. You need intuition along with that. What else? Let's see. What is the outcome for you, Virgos? Let's see. Let's see. Thank you for letting them know. Yeah, you got knowledge again. So I feel like that's the reading. You just needed to know, like, okay, I'm spiritual, I'm religious, but I'm not following my intuition. This could even be like literally going to church. Like maybe you went to church and there was like a message that was given and it has nothing to do with you or something like that. I mean, especially if you're a woman, I don't challenge people's religious beliefs because I just, if you believe it, you believe it. But if you're a woman and you're still believing in like some sort of organized religion, you probably shouldn't. It's not the best idea. I don't know. People have great lives while they believe in those things. So it's not, but it could be something there spiritual that you're missing. Hi there on Kick. This is general, so it's by zodiac sign. All right, Libra is next. We're doing Libra next. Thank y'all for joining. Thank y'all for following. If you're just now joining on TikTok, I'm live on YouTube, Kick, and WAP. If you're joining me on TikTok, y'all, please be mindful. There are going to be fake pages. Do not get scammed. This is my only page. This is my handle on all of my platforms. No numbers, no underscores. Do not, I will never DM you for a reading or anything like that. If you want personal readings, you have to subscribe to the WAP page. That way we can weed out scammers. Okay. All right. So let's see, Leo. I know you're new here on Kick, honey, but I've already dealt with trolls for years. You're not new to me. Okay, Leo. I'm sorry, Libra. What is the energy surrounding the Libras? Ooh, y'all hear that thunder? About the storm in Texas. All right, Libras. What's the energy surrounding my Libras? What's the energy surrounding Libras? Okay, luck. So Leo was luck. You could be dealing with a Leo. Their advice was also your energy. So it just depends. But We're talking about time, fortunes. This is the Wheel of Fortune in the regular tarot. All right. So we're talking about the Wheel of Fortune, your own fortune. What is the luck here? This could also be like something you're born with, right? Something you can't control how you're born, who you're born to, what you look like, things like that. What is the luck in this scenario? Or again, like I said, it could be a Leo. What is the luck here? Oh, all right. So it says inspiration and truth. Let's continue. What's the luck in this scenario, Libras? Okay, voice. All right. So there's a conversation that's going on. What's being discussed? Literally, I feel like you're lucky you heard that, or you're lucky somebody told you that. But what's being discussed? You may just happen to overhear something. Oh, you. All right, Libra. This is your read. This is your card in in this deck. Y'all is a skill card to me. So you're lucky somebody is telling you about yourself, or you're lucky to hear this about yourself. So you need to hear this about yourself. Okay, so somebody's telling you to have to control your distractions. Somebody's like, stop, don't get distracted, don't get embarrassed. Somebody's like, control your distractions. All right, let's see what else. Oh God. Let's see what else they're saying about you, Libra. What else are they saying about you, Libra? Okay, emotions. Yeah. All right. So somebody's talking about your emotions. All right. What triggers your emotions, Libra? Um, especially if I don't know why I'm picturing a Libra man. Libra men are crazy. If it's if it's any Libra women, yeah, control your emotions. So you're gonna like, I feel like you're gonna overhear this, or like it's good for you to hear this. All right, so we're that's what I'm not even gonna ask any more about you just yet. But what triggered your emotions, Libra? What's triggering your emotions? Okay, mood. You regret something, you're sad. Now this could be like your body. Maybe you don't feel good. What are you sad about? What's wrong? What do you regret? Yes, I did Cancer back at 32 minutes. What do you regret, Libra? Okay, you regret rebelling. All right. So you wish you would have stayed on the right path. You're like, I didn't need to rebel against that. I should have. Okay. So you found a loophole. All right. What was the rule? You found a loophole, resistance. What were you supposed to resist? Regret? Okay. You're not supposed to be crying or being sad, or you're supposed to hold back on your emotions. So you basically, somebody's literally going to tell you you're too emotional. That's what I'm getting. Or like, okay, you got to resist crying right now. Don't cry right now. Or, this is not a good time to be upset or sad. I feel like too, somebody's telling you, okay, if you are sad, don't go out in public while you're sad. Don't publicly cry, or if you do something out of emotion, people are going to keep that idea of you. What did you do out of emotion? I did do Virgo. It's up on my YouTube at 68 minutes. I will timestamp this when I'm done, but it is up on my YouTube. What did you do out of emotions, Libra? Okay, passion. So it could be something sexual, or you got angry, you did something out of anger, or you could be sexually tied up to somebody out of emotion. So what is the most important energy for you to be in? And I'm gonna get the tarot too. What's the most important energy for you to be in, Libras? All right, courage to do what? Vision. Okay, yeah. I feel like you're afraid to see yourself. You got love, fight, and superstition. Something looks like it's might be embarrassing you, or like love is distracting you. It's like you're afraid to learn this. You're afraid to see it. You need the courage to actually see this about yourself. Let's see. Um, I want to be careful what I say because again, I don't be knowing who's watching me. So please don't take offense to anybody that I may know that is this sign. But Libra women tend to be very like if this is a Libra woman, they're very male centered. Extremely. I'm sorry. It's just from things that I've noticed in my own life from past friendships and things like that. There you go, Libra. Libra, if it is a heterosexual Libra woman, she's extremely male centered. Um, the one time that I dealt with a Libra man, he literally cussed me out because I was doing my hair while my phone was charged in the living room. That's the type of energy they be. They kind of. But yeah, so you have emotions and moods. I feel like Libras, you needed to hear that. I'm sorry. Don't get mad at me. Don't shoot the messenger. All right, let's see. That's just a personal opinion. Doesn't have to be true for all Libras. But yeah, looks like that's what you need to hear. But let's see. Let's get 8 cards. So you need the courage to see how love has distracted you or how love has conflicted with certain things or something like that. So you got the Five of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. There's a Strength card. I knew it had something to do with a Leo. Okay, you might need to watch the Leo reading as well. All right, yeah, the Page of Pentacles, a High Priestess. Literally, the Leo reading said that Sagittarius has intuition. You might need to watch the Leo reading just because the Strength card came back out. Okay. Yeah, literally. I mean, this is it's real specific, but it's like intuitively saying something nicely or kindly. Oh, hey, Brittany. That's my friend, y'all. But yeah, intuitively saying something kindly or nicely. So I feel like Libra, you need the courage to see that. I wouldn't show like you shouldn't be showing your emotions outright or out to the public right now, or like if you're not in a good mood, try to keep that to yourself. Let's see what else how the high priestess is. What else is intuition telling you? Oh, I did Cancer. It's up on my YouTube. Cancer is at 32 minutes. So what else is intuition telling you, Libras? Okay, yeah, change. So what else should you change this into? You have a lot of emotion coming out in your reading. All right, so you got angel confidence, self-love. So this could be these are kind of tied together, right? So the Leo reading had the Sagittarius's personality was intuition. You have Sagittarius here. If you have a Sag placement, because I get Libra and Sag together a lot, this energy is somebody that's okay being alone. Like this is the Nine of Pentacles here. This is the King of Cups. So this is the energy of like being okay, but literally courage, vision, and love and fight. So you need the courage to see that love has distracted you um from doing certain things. Now I'm not telling you to change into acting like somebody else, but the temperance energy, like Sagittarius energy and the temperance is also like maybe patience, because you have all these things about emotions, mood, fight, you got superstition. So, and there could be something else that comes out in Sagittarius for them that might connect to this. So we don't know yet, but just keep that in mind. Um, all right, what is the outcome here for you? What's the outcome for the Libras? And then we're gonna do Scorpio next. Yeah, there's courage. Okay. Yeah, courage, transition, and leadership. All right. So you may also instead of maybe listening to somebody else, maybe you got advice from a Leo just because that came out here. So maybe you got advice from a Leo concerning like relationships or something like that, but you're gonna have to be the first person to do something differently in your scenario. All right, so that was Libra. Let me, y'all know I gotta write my little notes, so hold on. Okay, so Scorpios are next. Hold on, let me drink some water, y'all. My strep throat is almost gone. Oh, I don't know if you saw me say Cancer is on YouTube. If y'all are on TikTok, my YouTube is the same exact name. So it's Eat Your Heart Out on everything. No, I'm not Somalian. I just have a big forehead. It's like, no, don't take offense to anybody that's Somalian with a big forehead. But no, I am a Black American. Okay, let me write this. No, yes, I wrote it down already. Shout out to the blacks, the Black Americans out there. If you see me talking to anybody, I'm on all these platforms, so there's multiple people here. Okay, that was Libra. We doing Scorpio next. So I did all the signs up to Scorpio. We're going in order. I'm on Kikwop, YouTube, and TikTok. If you're on TikTok, do not get scammed. There is going to be fake pages of me now that I'm going live again. So do not get scammed. I will never DM you. There's no extra numbers, underscores, all that stuff. All right, Scorpios. Let's see what's going on for the Scorpios. I'm gonna have to close this computer for a little bit. Ooh, it's 5 o'clock. Let me see something real quick. Okay. All right. What is the scenario surrounding the Scorpios here? What's the situation surrounding the Scorpios? Okay, personality. So let's see. Leo had the same thing. So let's see who we're talking about in your reading. In their reading, it was a Sag, but it could be somebody completely different in yours. Okay, so whose personality is this? Who is this? Okay, intuition. Now in so Leo literally had personality, Sagittarius, and intuition. So it could be the same person, but it's just somebody that has intuition. All right. What other part of their personality here? It doesn't have to be a Sag. What other part of their personality? Okay, superstition. So they may be, even though they're intuitive, they're nervous or they're afraid or they don't trust something. Or they're nervous, or maybe they're an overthinker, even though they're intuitive. I'm intuitive. I'm definitely an overthinker. All right, what do they overthink, or let me see. What do they overthink, or what are they nervous about? What don't they trust? Let's see. Okay, courage, resistance, and self-esteem. Okay, so this energy is like somebody's intuitive, but they're not sure if they should resist being insecure. Like this is the type of person they don't want to come off prideful. That's kind of what I'm getting. All right, so what role do you play here, Scorpio? Okay, attitude. So you have a certain perspective. All right, what your perspective on what? I guess this person or this energy, your perspective on what? Okay, what somebody is saying. So whatever somebody's saying, how you view it, what are they talking about? What are they saying here? Okay, literally what I just said about the Libra reading. All right, so that Libra reading, maybe you need to watch the Libra reading. Maybe you don't like what I said about Libras. Maybe you got Libra a Libra placement. So I literally just said that Libras need to manage their emotions. I did mention that Libra men are pretty emotional and that Libra women are very male centered. So maybe you saw that. Maybe you don't like that. But this could be somebody else. They're just saying maybe somebody's talking about their perspective on karma, justice, cause and effect, balance. Right. So that could be the perspective here. Or maybe somebody literally is saying something about a Libra. All right, so what's your perspective on what someone said here? Okay, love. Okay, vision and mystery and luck. So you may feel like somebody's saying it out of love. How do you, okay, so what's your perspective on this person? It's thundering, y'all. It's about to storm. What's your perspective on the person saying this? So you feel okay, so you feel like they're envious, jealous, or you feel like they're disrespectful. All right. What's your perspective on the Libra? So you feel like somebody is envious, jealous, or disrespectful. You feel like the Libra is with passion. You may feel like, so somebody might, this is just an example, but it's like, say a Scorpio watched what I said in the Libra reading. They may feel like, oh, you're jealous of Libras because they look better or they're attractive or something like that. Or like that Libra is passionate or they're attractive. Oh, desire. Oh, you feel like a Libra just desires what a Libra wants, or a Libra's attracted to another Libra. All right, let's just see. Maybe you're like they're not emotional. They just desire themselves. What energy should you be in, Scorpios, for yourself? Potential. What do you need to see here? So you need to see, so right now your attitude, which is your perspective, it's a mental. The Page of Pentacles potential is looking at something tangible that actually something has actually occurred already. Or okay, so what actually occurred? Okay, you got defiance, respect, defense, and transition. Okay, let's see. I did talk about Taurus too, but that would be going way back to, but you can watch Taurus. All right, so let's see. All right, let's get 8 cards. I ain't gonna take back what I said, so I don't care. Let's get 8 cards. I'm just playing. All right, the Emperor. I'm not playing though. All right, so the Emperor, the Ten of Wands, the Two of Wands, the Four of Cups, the Eight of Swords, Two of Cups, Four of Wands, and then the Page of Swords. Okay, so you got the Emperor, Ten of Wands, Two of Wands. So I feel like somebody knows for sure who they are. They're doing something solo. Here's the Four of Cups, but then you had this. So you have this Eight of Swords here, like kind of trapped. They're constantly thinking about a partnership, or they're constantly thinking about living with somebody, or this is what they're constantly thinking about. Let's see what did somebody's intuition tell them in their own finesse. So somebody's intuition knows that something doesn't work, or that there's manipulation, or that somebody's being sneaky. Somebody intuitively knows that. There's intuition again. It's on the bottom. Somebody knows that something did not work, or a plan did not work. What's the intended outcome here? You got guidance, and then what actually occurred. So somebody knows versatility, dominance, and truth. Somebody already knows that somebody's not going to actually listen. If this is okay, this is the thing, right? Your perspective on what somebody said, voice and skill, right? Maybe they're not even talking about Libra. Maybe somebody's talking about like cause and effect, karma. This person, they know you're not going to listen. It's like if somebody's telling you something or giving you advice, they instinctually know, okay, this plan is not going to work. They're not going to listen. Somebody already knows that. Okay. Oh, all right. Let's see. Let's clarify these. What is your energy down here in these 8 cards, Scorpio? What's your energy down here in these 8 cards? So even though somebody is telling you this, they know you're not going to listen. Okay. All right, what's your energy down these 8 cards, Scorpio? You're healing. Okay. What are you doing to heal? So you're heal maybe you're heal I don't know if you're healing your perspective love. All right, what are you doing out of love for someone? All right, knowledge. Maybe you're listening, but they already know that somebody is not going to listen. So why did somebody tell you this? Why is this being brought up? Maybe they're talking about cause and effect, karma, justice, versatility, resistance, and connectivity. I feel like somebody wants you to resist a trapped mindset. And that's why they're bringing up this story, even though they're like, yeah, they're not going to listen. So, what is this trap mindset about? Yeah, power. They already know. It's like somebody's like, yeah, you're not going to listen anyway, or that's what it is. That's a weird reading because your reading is more so about overhearing something or listening. Because Libra's reading was about luck, voice, and Libra. Like, okay, we're talking about Libra. This is what Libra needs to hear. Libra might overhear it. And it's like you're in the midst of this. All right. What's the outcome for you, Scorpios? Sagittarius is next. What's the outcome for the Scorpios? Mystery. Something's a secret. What's the secret? What's hidden? Or you think something's a secret? All right, something about, yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's not, yeah, it's not okay. It's not a secret, I guess. All right. That's your reading. Your reading's kind of all over the place. All right, we got Sag, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces left. All right, Sag is next. Let me timestamp it. If you're on TikTok, this is up on YouTube. It must be about to storm. What time is it? It's getting dark. Hold on, let me see, because I might need to charge some stuff up. Oh, ah, her toys. Her toy was right there. Oopsie. Hope I didn't break it. Okay. Almost broke my neck. I said it was gonna rain soon because of them fireworks. It always rain after the 4th of July. All right, Sages are up next. Shout out to the Sages. Let me unplug this too. I like pointy nails better. I'm gonna stick with these nails. It's getting dark here. I'm gonna have to turn a light on or something. Let me turn this light on, guys. Hold on. All right. Okay, I'm back. All right, Sagittarius is. All right, what's the scenario for my set? Oh, yes. Let's just go get it. Okay. No, it's okay. You can make me see it. You ate all your food? You can put it in the oven if you want to. Did you finish your other food? All right, I'll be done in like 45 minutes, 30. You just love your camera. Come here. Go ahead. All right, let's see. Sagittarius is next. You know I don't want her on here with all the crazos that be on here. All right, Sagittarius. What's the situation surrounding the Sages? What's the energy surrounding the Sagittariuses? Okay, defense. All right, so whenever I get defense, if you're planning to do something, that plan may not go as planned. All right, so have a backup plan, or get more information before you do something. This could just be somebody being defensive or blocking something out or saying no to something. All right, so let's see what's blocked out here. Oh, what's being blocked out? or somebody's defensive. Okay, hustle. Let me get one more, and then fight, and then luck. Okay, so if you're trying to pay for something, you may not be able to. The 10 of Pentacles is blocked out. Maybe that's like is that abundance or like not being able to receive something? Let's see. That's interesting. What's the blockage or what's blocking it out? Not the AI summary. That's so weird. It said potential jealousy issues between Scorpios and Libras. That is not what I said. All right, what's blocking out hustle? That is funny. Shout out to Mississippi. Okay, so potential is blocking out hustle. Okay, a potential to do what? We'll see whatever this is. Okay, transition and inspiration. Okay, go somewhere where who Cancer. Cancer came out as inspiration today. This is my Aquarius card, so it could be an Aquarius, but Cancer came out as this today. So, okay. All right, what role do you play here, Sagittarius? Of course, when I get to Sag now, it's just cards all over the place. All right, what role do you play here, Sagittarius? Okay, sexuality. So this is Gemini energy, or you're paired up with someone, or you're trying to make a decision. All right. What energy should you be in here, Sagittarius? Is you're making a decision or you're paired up with someone? Okay, passion. All right, so first of all, if you're trying to make a decision, it's time to take action. If this is literally like now me, I be in the house. I'm celibate. But if this is literal, if it's sexuality and passion, literally like go after what you are attracted to or who you're attracted to. But if you're trying to make a decision, passion is here. You need to take action. Okay, that's what you or think about what you actually desire. Okay, what do you desire here, Sagittarius is? Let's see. We're going to see what you desire and what action you should take. So, what do you desire here? Okay, peace. All right. So if you're trying to make a decision, I would go with the easiest decision to make. Go with the decision that's going to give you peace. Go with the decision that's not going to have you up late at night. If you're wondering what to do, like today, you're like, man, should I stay up and do this or should I study this? It's okay for you to take a break or to rest. What other action should you take? Let's see. What other action should you take here? Resist what? What do you need to resist? Okay, guidance. So you need to resist listening to someone else. I know you're listening to me now, but who would be guiding you here? You're going to be tempted. Okay, so I gave you this example earlier. And I was explaining this, like I was saying how when I follow after other like day traders, that doesn't work for me. But if I do my own strategy after I've studied it, that is what works for me. There's something that you want to listen to or be guided by, or maybe somebody is going to try to give you advice. It's going to be hard for you not to listen to it. It may seem like good advice or it may seem like it worked out for them, but I'm assuming that this advice will not work for you. I'm also getting two. If we're talking about just because this is like the 3 of Cups in the regular tarot, this wouldn't be a good time for you to go out and drink, or like I wouldn't go out and drink. I wouldn't go out to the club today. Like you need to rest, or like I wouldn't, maybe you need to be in solitude or something. Who would be guiding you? Let's see. Who would be guiding you here? Okay, the 9 of Pentacles, confidence. I don't know if I pulled anybody with that yet. Okay, what are they guiding you to do? Respect. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yeah, charge that up because it's storming. So You don't want the power to go out or anything. Hopefully the internet doesn't go out. Matter of fact, now that I said that, let me turn YouTube off the internet because he going out. All right, but long story short, you're being guided to respect some sort of rules or regulations, but you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to. Maybe you're being guided to work with a Taurus. What is the rule that somebody's telling you to follow? Don't follow. So you're not supposed to follow that rule? What the hell? Okay. All right. Don't tell a Sag that. You don't gotta tell us twice. What rule is somebody telling you to follow here? Oh yeah, passion. Somebody's like, no, everybody desires the same thing. If this is sexual, there's some sort of rules and regulations with sex, or everybody's supposed to desire the same thing. You desire peace, the four swords. You don't want to have to think about something, worry about it. What is everybody supposed to desire here? And then I'll get 8 cards. It's like everybody's supposed to desire the same thing. Yeah. The 8 of swords. You're in a situation where you're like, okay, I want to do something or have a situation where I don't even have to think about it, worry about it. You're supposed to desire something that you think about constantly. It's like, no, everybody thinks about this all day, or what? What's the trap mindset, or what are we thinking about all day? That's strange. Yeah, you're supposed to be focused on something all day. Yeah, focused in mystery, but you're like, I don't care, or I don't. Okay, let's see. That's weird. All right, those are interesting cards. Let's see. Okay, there's a high priestess, so I'm on the right track. All right, so you're supposed to want to think about something all day long, and you're supposed to focus on it. What I feel like too, you don't need to plan ahead for something. Like, I know people watch readings to know what's coming in the future. Like, readings can also help you in the moment. You don't have to plan ahead. It helps you in the moment with what's wrong as well. So it's like you don't have to force something, or you don't have to. You know what else too? If you already know what you desire, right? Because you came out of sexuality and passion, you already know what you desire in life or what you're attracted to. You don't have to. It's like everybody else is like, no, you got to find more, or you got to, why don't you try this out? You don't know that you don't like this. It's like, but I already know I like this. Like, I know I love cookies and cream. Oh, well, why don't you try butter pecan? I don't need to. I love cookies and cream. It's something like that. So I don't need to keep thinking about it. Something's going to happen in the moment. Okay, let's see. That blockage part is interesting. I gotta figure out what that has to do with the rest of the cards. But let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Let's see. Let's get 8 cards. Got the Five of Pentacles, Queen of Swords. Yeah, the 8 of Swords. It's like, no, keep thinking about this. We all think about this all day. Or why are you not focused on this all day? There's a strength card again. In the Leo reading, you came out as intuitive. Here's Leo again. Yeah, the Five of Wands, the Temperance. So, what the fuck? Okay. That's so weird. Okay. In the Leo reading, the personality was you, Sagittarius, and you came out as intuitive. That was your personality trait. So you already know how to do something. You already are intuitive. And intuition to me most times is something in the moment. You know it as soon as you see it. It's like think about when you're driving and you're about to hit a car and you move. That's intuition. You didn't know that a car was going to be right there, but in the moment you're like, okay, I got to move over to the left, or all right, I just looked in my rear view. This car is about to hit me. Let me move over. That's intuition. Or it's like you don't know that you're going to get sick or something like that, but you're like, you know what? I'm a little drunk. Let me stop drinking. That's intuition. That's in the moment. So something is in the moment. You don't have to think about it all day. You don't have to focus on it all day. You don't have to worry about it 24/7. But we're going to see why. Let's see what this Leo energy is here with the strength card. Some of you may have Leo placements like a Leo moon, your rising or something. Let's see. What is the strength card here doing in your reading? What do they have to do with you or change? What was going on before? A distraction. What does it change into? A fight, a distraction, a conflict, and then fluidity. Yeah, there's change. 5 5. This is an odd reading. I know it's right, but it's just I'm trying to figure out how to apply that to other people. But what are you doing in the temperance, or what should you do in the temperance? That represents like patience, calmness, things like that. Yeah, guidance. You need to resist listening to a Leo. That's what you're not supposed to listen to this. I don't even know. I'm trying to think of what that is. Let's see. Y'all can agree. Make sure on Kick that y'all at least following if y'all gonna be trolling. Make sure y'all follow me. All right, let's see. Help me get the follows up. All right, let's see. So, what is the strength card leading you to do? It's like they're telling you to do something, or they're even though you're correct, or what are they telling you to do? You're not supposed to listen to it. Yeah, the 7 of Cups. It's like, oh, figure out this mystery, or find out more, or search for more, or like you're supposed to be confused. It's like somebody could be having you look in the wrong direction. You're not supposed to be looking in that direction, or okay, what do they have you looking at, or you're looking in the wrong direction. You got courage, power, and leadership. So maybe this is the thing. You're not supposed to be listening to anybody anyway. They may just come off like they're more intelligent because they're speaking. Like a good example is like the times we live in now is like anybody can be online making content. Anybody can come on here and just say anything. And of course, I know people will say that about tarot readers, so it is what it is. But like people will talk about other people's lives or something. Like it's something like that. It's like that person doesn't necessarily know more. They sound more confident. It reminds me, like I had just seen a clip of the Nigerian actor. I don't even know his name, but he was on Godfrey's podcast and he tried to say that he tried to say that the black accent is a Nigeria accent slowed down with subservience added to it or something like that. Now, if you're stupid enough to listen to that and believe it, because he said it with such conviction, it sounds like it's real. Or like I saw that the influencer Nara Smith, like one of her daughters got diagnosed with cancer. So now you have all these people all of a sudden they doctors, right? They, oh well, you can't prevent it. And this is y'all don't know why that baby got cancer, but everybody had like a whole think piece on this baby getting diagnosed with an illness. You have no idea why she got diagnosed, but everybody has a platform now. So it's like somebody just seems smarter. I don't know. Maybe they're older than you. Maybe they have more of an audience or something. But yeah, you need to resist listening to this. I wouldn't follow after this. You're like, I don't feel like figuring that out or finding that out. Or it's like, what is supposed to be hidden? You're always supposed to figure out some sort of secret. Or I feel like too, if it's sexuality and passion, if we're talking about something as simple as like dating, maybe somebody's like, "Oh, try to date a different type or try to," you're like, "No, I already know what I'm attracted to. I don't need to go test that out. I'm not attracted to that type of person." Oh, but it's like, "No, I know intuitively what I'm attracted to or who I'm attracted to. And I'm only saying that because we got sexuality and passion. I'm also getting, if it's not sexual, this is my Gemini card. So this is like mental decisions. It's like, okay, you already have your mind made up, Sag, and somebody's like, well, no, what if you find out about this? It's like, no, there's nothing else to figure out. I already know, or something doesn't require you to plan ahead. Something doesn't require you to focus on it 24/7. Why is somebody telling you to do this? Or now you, the Sages, if you did not watch the Leo reading, y'all need to watch the Leo reading, okay? Because you came out in the Leo reading as intuition. And it's like you're listening to them, but you're intuitive or something like that. Okay, let's see. What other energy should you be in here, Sages? All right, you got love. Yeah, truth. So you see the truth about love. Maybe you're just, maybe that's what you're wondering. If we're talking about sexuality and passion, you get connected to people because you're attracted to them. It's lust. It's That's who I'm attracted to. Love is like a decision. Okay, I'm going to decide to do something consciously, nicely for this person. But if you're attracted to somebody, that's a natural attraction. I don't, I know my type. I know who I'm attracted to. I can't change that. I can't switch that up. Or now this could be, maybe somebody's asking about love or something. What else is the truth about love here for you? And then we'll see what the outcome is. Yeah, fluidity, it changes, it's an emotion. Maybe somebody's wondering that. If you're cross watching for a Sag, you're wondering about love or something. Like, love is an emotion, it's a decision to like actually care about somebody's empathy. Maybe it's like, okay, well, why did we break up? I mean, love shifts. Or like maybe somebody's wondering, are we soulmates forever or something like that? It's like, what have you ever done forever? What have you ever done for your entire life? Or those things shift and change. You have to make a conscious commitment or something. Maybe somebody needs to hear that. Ooh, I need some water. All right, what's the outcome for you, Sagittarius? What's your energy in the outcome? So you don't need to follow that. Okay, so you come out as pride, so I'm assuming you're not going to get distracted. Yeah, what are you going to do out of pride or ego? I feel like you're not supposed to listen to this. Yeah, somebody like there's a worry about how something's going to go. I wouldn't worry about that. What do you have too much pride to do? Mm. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, you know what to focus on here. Okay. Let's just I don't this is odd, but let's clear, what is your intuition telling you here? Ooh, excuse me. What is your intuition telling you to do here? Spirituality, peace, emotions. So yeah, you desire peace. Maybe something spiritual. Maybe it's like meditating is giving you peace, or meditating will calm you down, or something like that. Or I feel like too, I just the reading that I gave about the Libras and the emotions. All right. Excuse me. Okay. So yeah, you shouldn't be guided by anyone else right now. Excuse me. I don't even really know any Leos, I don't think. I'm like, wait, am I being guided by a Leo? All right, that was Sagittarius. We got Capricorn next, and we going to do Aquarius and then Pisces. It's raining, so hopefully don't no internet get knocked out or anything crazy like that. Hopefully my lip gloss looks okay. Hold on, let me fix my lip gloss. I don't want it looking all crusty or nothing. All right. Capricorns. Oh, you're a Leo. I meant like personally, I guess. Like a 101 sitch. All right, Capricorns. What is the energy surrounding my Capricorns? What's the situation surrounding Capricorns? Okay, self-love. All right. What role do you play here, Capricorns? Okay, determination, tenacity, you're focused. All right, you're determined. What are you determined to have? What are you focused on? Okay, you're resisting. Okay, what are you resisting? You're like, no, I gotta resist that. This could be like temptation. You're like, I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to eat bad. I'm not going to blah blah blah. But what else are you resisting here? Oh, voice. Okay, now either you are resisting listening to somebody else or you're resisting saying something. You're like, I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to say that. Or, all right, resisting saying I love you or resisting saying something about love or you're like, no, I don't believe that you love me or something like that. Okay. What other energy should you be in here? Okay, you got angel, which is Sagittarius. So have patience. If that's the energy that you're supposed to be in, the temperance is patience. So have patience. You may want to listen to that Sagittarius reading because their energy was they're being taught to focus on something, but you're like very focused on it. Okay, angel. Okay, let's see. So you're like, I have to, I'm not going to say I love you. I'm not going to say anything nice. I don't believe that when you tell me I love you or something like that. You're like, no, I don't believe that. All right. Let's get 8 cards. Okay. There's a Leo again. Okay. So the Leo is all up in the readings. Okay, so you're waiting for a Leo or a Leo. Okay, you got the Emperor, the Ten of Wands. So first of all, you're like, okay, if this is within yourself, this is energy where you're doing something solo. Aries, Leo, Sag is the energy of yourself to me. So you're waiting for an opportunity to do something alone. You're like, okay, I can handle this by myself. Or you're waiting for a good opportunity that suits you. All right, here's a new perspective. Yeah, on holding back. You're going to get a new perspective on not saying something. You're like, you know what? I'm not going to say that. Okay, the Eight of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles. Maybe you should. By you do so, why don't you want to say anything? You're like, I shouldn't say that, or I shouldn't bring that up. Why don't you want to say anything? Now, angel also represents truth. Sagittarius rules truth. It also could be teaching. Okay, so there's a mindset. There's a reason you feel bad or something. What is the trap mindset about you talking or saying this? It's like you think something bad, maybe you think it's going okay, dominance. Maybe you feel like you're controlling somebody by saying something, but I feel like you should. You're like, man, they gonna think I'm controlling if I say this, or if I'm being mean, or so maybe you think something is mean. What's the result if you actually speak your mind? What's the result here? Humor. Maybe people will actually find it funny. Maybe so maybe you're funny. Capricorns have like a lot of harsh humor, so maybe it's actually funny. You're like, nah, I don't know. I shouldn't. What else is funny about it or what's ironic? So I guess you should say it. You should tell the truth. Fluidity, potential, transition, and confidence. It might change somebody's mind here. Let's see, what is the topic about? What is this about? You got self-love and love. Okay, pride, transition, and defiance. Yeah, I feel like you're like, nah, I'm gonna say it anyway. Okay, self-love. You might have to tell somebody like, look, so maybe it's somebody coming to you for like relationship advice or something and you don't want to talk about it. Like, nah, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna just let you do whatever. I mean, it's whatever you're gonna say is funny. I don't is it doesn't look like it's bad. Let's see. Who are you supposed to say this to? You're like, nah, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say it. Some of you could be a Gemini. Why don't you want to, or it could be a group of people. Like if this is you talking, you're communicating. Gemini energy is communication. So it could be like maybe it's a couple or it's a group of people. What would be funny about it? Something's going to be ironic about it. You're like, nah, I shouldn't say that. Or I guess it's a good, yeah, it's funny. You're funny. I don't know. Like people are actually laughing at what you're saying, doing, or they agree with it. Yeah, they agree with it. Why do you not think you're funny? Or why don't you think this is funny or good? Or like maybe somebody's like a good singer, or you're a good writer, or you're like a good teacher or something, and you just don't want to say anything. Why where this thought process come from? Where did this come from? Why do you think okay, the two of cups, the knight of wands? Maybe you like maybe you want to talk to somebody, date somebody, something. It's like you like, nah, I'm butting in, or I shouldn't say this, or where did this mindset come from? Why do you think you shouldn't say anything? You're funny, Capricorn. All right, courage. Yeah, passion, knowledge, innovation. You're good. All right. What's the outcome for you? You're fine. You can say or do what you need to do. Emotions, dominance, and hustle. Maybe there's something you can speak on or do, and it's actually making you money. And you're like, no, I don't want. You're like, no, I shouldn't do that. Maybe you want to do a channel or a page, or you want to teach something. Maybe I will say this too. Like, maybe you do want to do content creation. Like, maybe somebody wanted to share their recipes or something like that. You're going to have to deal with trolls. You're going to have to deal with people online. People online are very hateful and negative, regardless. So it doesn't really matter. Like, if you want to say something, they gonna hate you anyway. You could be the nicest person in the world, and they'll still be mad. So, all right, Aquarius, y'all are up next. Let's see, Aquarius. I'm time stamping it. If you're on all my other platforms, everything is up on YouTube. It'll be time stamped when I'm done. Thank y'all for watching and liking and all that great stuff and tuning in. I appreciate y'all. All right, Aquarius. What's the scenario for my Aquariuses? Let's see. Energy for my Aquariuses. Okay, passion. That came out in the Sag reading, their desires. But this is just desires in general, taking action. All right, what role do you play here, Aquarius, for yourself? Cancer kept coming out as your card as well. Okay, so you're coming out as excuse me, skill today. So you're coming out in Libra energy. All right, cause and effect, Libra, maybe you're being just, fair. But you could literally just have a certain skill set. All right, with skill. What else are you doing in skill so I can kind of clarify what energy we're in? Mood. Okay, so if we're talking about mood, this could be cause and effect. There could be a situation where we don't, something is causing a bad mood or something may cause a regret or a loss. Let's see, what's the cause here? Courage? Okay. Courage to do what? That doesn't make sense. Okay, vision, personality, and intuition. All right, so first of all, okay, this came out, okay, they're all tied together, but Leo, okay, let me slow down. Let me slow down. All right, Aquarius, Leo is your opposite sign. This is what they pulled. They pulled that a Sagittarius personality had intuition. That was part of their personality. That so you might want to watch that because that's your opposite sign. Um Now if somebody else has the courage to see that they have their own intuition within themselves, that's what's occurring. That is the cause. What is the regret here with mood? What do we regret or what are we sad about? Okay, passion again. Is there shame or something? Yeah, passion, superstition, change, and love. So it's like somebody changed what they actually desired. Let's see what passion is. What do we desire in this scenario? I'm gonna figure out what energy you need to be in. Okay, defense to block out what? We desire to block out what or say no to what? Transition and emotions. Okay. Do not, you're like, no, don't get emotional or don't, you're like, no, I don't want that to become emotional. What was the starting point? This is Aquarius. What's the starting point? Okay, rebellion. What other energy should you be in, Aquarius? Okay, so you need to see the truth. Sorry, I'm all burping. All right, so you need to see the truth. Okay, truth about what? You need to see the truth about what here? Okay, a trapped mindset, connectivity. This is the Eight of Swords. I'm also getting you need to see if it's not a trapped mindset, you need to see that if you're coming out as skill, this is cause and effect. So you need to see that two things are connected. You need to see the truth about two things being connected to one another. There's a direct cause and effect, or you need to see the truth that there is a trapped mindset. Okay. All right, so I'm going to read this a couple of ways because it's general, but let's start with the mindset first. Mindset about what? Okay, innovation about what we can create, what's manipulated, what are we able to, this is innovation. So, what are we able to create? So, of course, if you think you can't do something, then you're probably not going to be able to do it. All right, so that could be what we're talking about. That could be the truth that you need to see is like, okay, the reason I can't create this is because I just think I can't do it. Like I remember like when I would paint, a lot of people would be like, "Oh, I wish I had a hobby or I wish I was creative." And I'm like, "Shit, I just started painting one day." I literally just drew because my grandfather taught me how to draw from a cartoon book. It ain't like I'm like, "Oh, I'm a wizard at drawing." Like I just drew. So it's like there's something where you have to believe that you can create it. That is the truth here. So that's one thing. So we're going to see what the connection is. What is the first scenario and what is it connected to? What's the first scenario? So two things are directly connected. Defense again. So blocking something, what is that connected to? Saying no or maybe even being defensive or blocking it out. What is that connected to? Finesse. Okay. So something, okay, so whenever I always tell y'all when I get these cards, this is the Seven of Swords and me the Seven of Wands. If you read your own cards, the way that I read it, of course, you'll learn how to do it yourself if you want to learn and stuff like that. You will have your own patterns and things, but this combo to me is like, okay, this intention is not working. This plan is not working. That's why there's a trap mindset about creativity. So something's blocked out because the plan does not work, or something is blocked out because it might be sneaky. The Seven of Swords is like sneakiness. So what's the intended outcome? So if you're wondering, Aquarius, the reason something did not work, like there's actually a reason behind it. What was the intended outcome? Or rebellion? All right, what's actually occurring? That's why something is blocked out. Confidence and luck. How do you view innovation? How do you view creativity or being able to create something or magic or innovation? Superstition. So you feel like magic is not real or manifestation is not real. So a good way to break down this card to me, like maybe you feel like manifestation isn't real, magic isn't real, stuff like that, right? But the magician to me, and I've said this a million times, and that's why when I read cards, I never really read this as, like, you'll see some people read it as like black magic or something like that. I look at like magic to me is I can cook an egg. Who figured out that they could cook an egg? That's magical. You could take this little egg, crack it in a pan, and now I can eat it, and now it's edible, and I can make it taste good. Or I can take flour, egg, and sugar and make a cake. That's magic. That you have all the tools to make something work. So if you're looking at manifestation, right? Manifestation is just having all the tools you need to do something. That's having the information, the time, the money, the energy, the circumstance. That's manifestation. That's why you can make something work, right? Like there's a million examples you could look at. Like me being able to braid my hair. I have a pixie cut. I don't even got no hair. That's magic. I got braids down to my shoulders. That's magic. That's a manifestation. I wanted to manifest a different hairstyle. I had all the tools to do it. I had leftover hair from when I braided my hair the last time. I had the time to braid my hair, and I had the knowledge on how to do it. And I had enough hair to grip to make a braid. That's So maybe open your mindset up about how you view manifestations or creativity or being able to create something. That's why something is blocked out. That's why you're not, maybe it could even be like, okay, no, you can't really manifest that. That's not real. Or you can't really get that. That's not real. That's probably what it is. All right, so let's get 8 cards. Or if you read your own cards, you're looking at the magician is like, oh, that's magic. That just means that somebody has all the tools to make something work. Um, this can also be manipulation, but you feel like it's not real or it's a superstition. All right, so let's get 8 cards, but that's the truth that you need to see is that there's the eight, it's the 8 of swords, it's a trap mindset. All right, so let's see. Let's get 8 cards. So maybe I'm also getting to, maybe you just never seen something done. You never seen somebody do it. So that could be the thing too. Ooh. All right. So you got the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles. This looks like somebody has created something already. That would be like somebody has created it. There's a lot. The Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Strength. That Strength card. Yeah, the Magician. That Leo just coming out strong. So the signs are, you got Aries, Ten of Pentacles. I'm sorry, the sun. Let me slow down. The signs that are coming out are Aries and Leo. But the cards are the Emperor, the Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, 4 of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, the Strength, and the Magician. There's the Magician right there. So something is being manipulated. Something is being created. You're like, no, that's not real. I don't trust that. I don't believe that, or something. Okay, so what is the Strength card able to create? What are we able to create here with the Magician? Excuse me. Knowledge. Okay, so we're able to get knowledge on what? We're able to get information. Okay, knowledge about what here? Resisting what? Strength. That's Leo. I just said that. So you need to watch the Leo reading. You need to resist literally in the Sagittarius reading that Sag is supposed to not follow after a Leo or resist listening to a Leo or and that is what we know from tarot. So I just use all my tools to give that reading. Yeah, strength, spirituality, and self love. So maybe there's a Leo giving advice. We know not to listen to that, or we know not to. There could be like a religion. There might be a religious belief system. You're not literally so this is innovation, right? You don't believe your reading is about not believing in the magician. The magician just used tarot to say, okay, I'm not going to listen to that Leo. I can't follow after that Leo's religious belief systems. Or I can't follow that Leo's lead. Literally. That is we just use that tool. That's the manipulation. That's the creativity. That's what we just created. What did we create was knowledge. Knowledge about what? Resisting the Leo's religion or resisting listening, following after this Leo's belief systems. That's what we just did. So that's creativity or that's manipulation. That's the magician. Let's see what the Wheel of Fortune is. What's the Wheel of Fortune? Because that's luck. What's the luck here? Finesse. So it's like this is the tool. We're able to get the information. We're able to learn something, but on the other end, something else is not working. Who's trying to finesse something? And we're going to see what's missing from that. Okay, pride and voice. What's missing from this? Fight. Somebody so this energy, somebody's not willing to listen to other people. They're like, "No, I'm above that." But somebody is able to get knowledge or information by listening to others. Maybe that's where they got better information from. So the person is they're already in the 6 of Wands if it's pride. What's missing is fight, which is the 5 of Wands. Somebody wasn't willing to listen to other people or something like that. And let's just clarify. So what actually happened to their plan? We know it's blocked out. This is you're wondering why something is connected. Okay, so the connection here, why isn't something connecting? Because somebody is not willing to listen to other people or they feel like they are above. They may feel like they're above the people that would help them. I got a hair in my eye. Right? So just again, like if the magician is getting knowledge, right? I know how to braid my hair because I'm willing to look it up on YouTube. I'm willing to watch somebody else do it. So I learned how to do I got the information. So it's just a trap mindset about what the magician is or about what manifestation is. You just have to have all the tools. What is the emperor doing? Hiding what? I won't put it out there. Where are they hiding? I don't know. Okay. Mm. Okay. But yeah, maybe you should. All right. So what other energy should you be in Aquarius? And then we're going to see the outcome. Passion. What do you desire here for yourself? Yeah, sexuality, potential, personality, resistance, and power. All right. Yeah, I feel like you desire to make your own decisions. What's the outcome or something like that? Yeah, superstition. What are you worried about? You might be nervous or you might overthink something. Okay, you got ambition twice. You might be worried about a career or something like that. What are you worried about with ambition? Maybe you're worried about a career field. So that could be why the innovation part is like maybe you're not there's more information you could find out maybe for your career or something like that. What are you worried about in the outcome? And then Pisces is last but not least, y'all. If you're on TikTok, this is up on YouTube. Yeah, there's the rules and regulations. So you're worried that a rule and regulation or some type of loyalty that you have is going to block out your decision in the end. You feel like in the end you're going to regret a decision that you made. Okay. I would get more information on what you're trying to do. All right. That was Aquarius. When they all start to get tied together, child. Pisces last but not least. And then I gotta get some dinner. Ooh. All right. If you're asking personal questions, y'all, I don't do personals. I'm sorry. I'm not ignoring you. Pisces. Is it any Pisces? I don't know. I only ever see one Pisces in here. Oh, hi. I believe she's the Pisces. I just saw that message. All right, let's see. What's the scenario for my Pisces? What's the situation? Okay, potential. Whenever you get potential, of course, that's the potential to grow into something, but it could be an actual message, email, things like that. But what does something have the potential to become here? With potential. Okay, we got angel. It could be a Sagittarius. If not, the potential to become a teacher. All right. It's got dominance. It could be a teacher controlling something. It could be a Sagittarius controlling something. What do they have dominance over? Or what will they have dominance over? They have the dominant energy. Okay, resilience. Okay, so that's Ten of Wands energy. That could be equated to Sag. So they have more dominance over, they're controlling something. They're able to control it. They're able to handle it. Okay. All right, what role do you play here, Pisces? Hi, these are general, y'all. I'm almost done, by the way. I know a lot of people ask for readings, so I might do the $5 readings during the lives again, like I used to. It gets a little a little busy when I do that, but I'll probably start doing that again for y'all. What role do you play here, Pisces? Okay, leadership. All right. So you're in a leadership position. You could be the first person to do something. All right. You could be a manager, a parent, anything like that. Who are you leading here? Who are you leading? Okay, self-love. What are you the first person to do or initiate? Let's see. Okay, personality. So you're the first person to say this, make this known, show this. You're the first. Okay, what part of your personality? You're the first person to show something off. Maybe you're online or something like that. Okay, guidance. First of all, okay, so literally you are the first person to say that you were guided by someone else. I was listening to this, da, 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 or you're the first person to have like people actually listening to you. What are you guiding people to do as a leader? And I will see who you got your guidance from. Okay, so you're telling people to have courage. Okay, voice. So I feel like you're like, yeah, have the courage to speak up for yourself. I feel like this is like a chain reaction. You got that from someone else. You learned it. You're like, yeah, I was listening to so and so, and you're gonna be the first person to like speak up or the first person to actually make your voice known. Okay. what are we talking about here? So you're the first person to talk about this topic. What are you talking about? Resisting what? Mystery. Okay. So you're like, okay, so maybe you're telling people ask questions. Speak up, ask questions. You don't need to hide that, or you don't need to go into something confused. Make sure you're asking questions. All right. What other energy should you be in, Pisces? Okay, so now you should transition. What is your starting point? So now it's time for you to transition. What is your starting point? Okay, mood. So you're regretting something or you're sad. What do you need to transition to? Superstition. If you feel ashamed of something, that's a superstition. That's not real. If you're sad about, okay, what should you not trust? I'm going to see what you might be sad about. Defiance. What are you sad about possibly, or what do you regret here? Yeah, okay, voice. Yeah. So you're like, man, I feel ashamed of saying that. I don't think you should. Yeah, voice and courage again. You're like, I shouldn't have told them to have courage to create that or to do that. I, so don't feel ashamed. Yeah, why do you feel guilty about it? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Or, okay, mystery again and focus. Okay, let's see. Let's see. I feel like something's a distraction. I don't think you should feel guilty with transition. If you should move on from feeling the guilt or the shame, then I don't think you should feel that anymore. You're like, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have told them that. Maybe, I don't know if you're telling like your friends to do something, or maybe you're telling your children. It depends on what it is. Let's see. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles, a Fool, Two of Cups, Six of Cups. There's a Temperance, the Empress. So the center of the reading was a Sagittarius, the potential of a Sagittarius to control something. So they got the Wheel of Fortune, and they got the Death card. So if we're looking at energies, it looks like a Sag Virgo combination or a Sag Libra combination is above a Scorpio or above this change. Not sure what that has to do with you. Um, what's the full card? What information are we missing here? Yeah, innovation. So somebody doesn't know that they're able to create something. What is able to be created here? It's just the fact that the information is missing. Somebody doesn't know that they can create it. Yeah, potential. Spirituality. So maybe you're watching this, you don't know that you can read your own cards, or you could learn how to read it, or it's like somebody doesn't know their own true potential. They don't know that they can actually create something. You have the temperance twice. So what is the temperance role here in these eight cards? I'm going to see where you are here. Yeah, peace. That is what, so that was what the temperance, that is what they desired. They wanted to not worry about something. They were at peace with something. They're like, I'm not going to focus on that. What are they at peace with? Or this could also be like their temperament, because it's the temperance. Maybe they're calm. They're at peace with the truth. Okay. They're fine. What the truth about what? They can see the truth. They're fine. They're calm. Yeah, about what they desire, passion, strength, resistance, and emotions. We talked about all right, so I feel like a Leo needs to resist their emotions or something like that, or they desire the ability to resist their emotions. Okay, that's them. Where are you at in these eight cards? We're gonna figure out what the Scorpio is. Okay, respect. So here, okay, literally Taurus, Gemini, and you have Libra, a cause. So a certain rule and regulation, you made a decision based on that rule and regulation. Here's your cause. You ended up in mood. You felt ashamed or like for speaking up or something like that. So if you're wondering, it's okay for you to speak up for yourself, or it's okay to encourage that. Okay, what is the death card here? What's the Scorpio energy in your reading? Yeah, fluidity. That's ebbs and flows. Okay, what is the Wheel of Fortune? What's destined to occur for you, Pisces? What else is destined for you right now in this moment? All right, spirituality. I'm assuming you need to hear it. All right, so there's okay, and then you have connectivity. So there's a connection that you need that you need to hear between religion and money, or spirituality and money. So we all know you're supposed to be humble and you're supposed to struggle your whole life to get to heaven, but your pastor is rich driving a Rolls Royce, or oh, I'm supposed to be spiritual and humble. I'm not supposed to need material things, but that's a part of innovation. That's a part of creating your life here for yourself. You have one life to live, or there's like a distraction or something, or there's something where you need to figure that out. You're gonna think about that. Cause I feel like that's where the shame comes from. There's some sort of like religious belief or some sort of rule regulation where you're like, no, I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't say that, but you can. It's okay. All right, what is the outcome for my Pisces? I'm going to go backwards next time, y'all. So Pisces will be first next time. What's the outcome for the Pisces? All right, there you go. Confidence, personality, and perspective, and rebellion. So I feel like the rebellion part is all perspective. Maybe you think you're being rebellious. I don't see that being the case. All right, y'all. I gotta go. I've been on here for a while. I'm gonna I will timestamp it. If you want TikTok or Kick, my video is up on YouTube. All right, I'm gonna timestamp it now after I end it. So give it like a few minutes and the timestamps will be there. All right, and then you can rewatch if you missed your sign. Let me make sure I didn't ignore nobody. Oh girl, I don't know. I'm sorry, I don't know. Or sir. Anybody that wants personal readings, the only way to get the personal readings, you have to subscribe to the WAP link. It's on my YouTube link. It's on TikTok as well. All right, make sure that y'all check that out. Again, I'm on all my platforms are the same name. My TikTok people especially do not get scammed on TikTok. It's gonna once it gets more viewers, I'm gonna have fake pages of me just like I did last time. If it has numbers and underscores, that is not me. I'm not going to DM y'all. I don't need to do magic on y'all. No spell work. I don't need to beg for no readings. It's not me. All right. So I'm just letting you know. But yes, peace out, y'all. I appreciate y'all for watching. Okay. Y'all have a good Monday night. I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna go in the reverse order tomorrow for my late signs. I appreciate